Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of Let's Hear From Her. I'm Virginia, and today I'm here with the team behind Boss Girls and our special guest, Girl Code Club. How is everyone today?
I'm really good. Thank you so much for inviting me on your podcast. Yeah, can't wait to to talk to you more.
To start off, why don't you give a short introduction about yourself?
Yes, of course. So my name is Yodi, and I am the founder and artist of Girl Code Club. Um, I'm from Amsterdam, as you might know. I don't have a native English accent, so I hope you don't mind my Dutch accent. But yeah, just to give a quick intro also about the project. I started about I think 2 months ago, so not so long. Because I was just so inspired about because of all the super nice women-led project in the NFT space, and I thought I love art. Like I've been an artist for a pretty long time. And I thought, why not? This is amazing, and I'm so happy to have found this space. And um, yeah, that's like me in a nutshell in the NFTs.
I love it. I've been to Amsterdam before, and it's such a beautiful city. So, that's awesome. Tell us the thought process behind your project. Would love to hear more.
Sure. So yeah, as I said before, I'm pretty new to the NFT space, and I've heard some people talk about it before, and I was always a bit like intimidated because the whole crypto thing sounds pretty like complicated and difficult, and I was like, maybe this is not my space. But then I started looking into it some more and doing some more research, and I found the most amazing women-led projects. I think the first ones I came across were World of Women and Crypto Chicks, like the super big ones. But when you do a little bit more research, I found out that there is so much to be found. So I was like, yeah, this is amazing. I have to be part of this. So I started thinking what kind of project I could do. And I've always been drawing women in particular. Before I entered the NFT space, I was working also as a freelance illustrator, and like my main business would be commissioned portraits, usually also of women because my style is pretty feminine, I would say. So I had a website where people could upload a picture of them or them with their friends or their family, and I would draw them like uh, in my signature style, which was different than what I do now. But that's kind of how I went into this. I was like, yeah, I can do this on a much different scale and also do some good in the meantime. Because one of my favorite things about the NFT space is that also, yeah, there's a huge possibility to also give back and support some charity and stuff like this. So, yeah, I think the focus of this project, at least the focus of the roadmap, is this, and it's also my my favorite part. And yeah, I hope to like make a small change in also making the NFT space a bit more inclusive to women, because sometimes you see these numbers about the percentages of women in the NFT space, and it's still so far from equal. So I hope that I can make a change, even though it will be small.
Definitely. That's such a powerful message. I'm curious, how long were you an artist before joining the NFT space, since you say you did freelance work?
Yeah, so I started when I was still in university. So I think I was like 18, and I'm 25 right now. But it was always like, besides my studies, I studied something completely unrelated. I did neuroscience, so I was trying to find also some outlet for my creative side, because yeah, science is very uncreative area in general. And then I just continued doing it next to my job. So I found a job where I could work part time, and then I could do also my illustrations part time. So I would say, yeah, 18 to, I think I stopped last year, so about 6 years. But I'm so happy to pick it up again, but in a different form in NFTs. So yeah, I'm so happy because I was always so passionate about it, and then work and everything made me stop, and now I'm back and I feel super good about it.
That's lovely to hear. It's also so cool to hear that like, you're studying neuroscience and now you're in the NFT space. Like that's awesome.
Yeah, it's
You spoke.
pretty much a change.
Yeah, it definitely is. You were speaking about your website, and I was looking at it. It's a lovely layout, by the way. I absolutely love it. What were some of the challenges you faced while launching your project since you are new to the space?
Yeah, I was actually someone else also asked me this the other time. At first, I was like, yeah, no, it's going pretty well. But if you think about it, I think the biggest challenge is that it takes so much more space, so much more time than I initially expected. Because I started pretty much right away after I discovered like the existence of NFTs. So I was like, yeah, this is so cool. I'm gonna start right away. So I started drawing, and like halfway through the process, I discovered like, oh, you also have to have like you have to build a community, and I have to code because I wanted to make a generative collection. So there was so much more that came into the picture that I didn't really know before. So I think if I would do it again, maybe I would do some more research on like the project side of things and everything that you need to do besides drawing, because as I said, I'm in the first place an artist, so I hadn't really thought of everything else. So that was challenging, but I'm really enjoying every step of the way, really, because yeah, I don't know, I'm so passionate about this project. It really feels like my baby, and I put pretty much all my free time into it, and yeah, it really makes me happy. So yeah, even though there are challenges, I really enjoy it.
You can definitely tell by your voice that you are passionate. Like I can totally hear that. Um, since your project is a girl code club and it's about girls and females, what is women empowerment to you?
Well, I definitely describe myself as a feminist. I think for me, women empowerment is the movement towards making NFT space, but also the world in general, as equal as possible. I think, like we are in 2022, I don't see any reason why there should be still be differences between men and women and the opportunities that they get. And also, this is one of the reasons why when I discovered that there was still such a big gap between men and women in the NFT space. If you look at the numbers of both projects owned by women, but also women collectors, this gap is so big. And yeah, this is definitely one of the reasons why I find it really important to, as I said, to contribute to making a difference. And I think women empowerment is a big part. Like equality is a big part of women empowerment, but I think it's also just like women have to support women. Of course, like men have to do the same, and we all do it together. But I think this NFT space in particular is so good at this. Like all the women projects are so supportive of each other. Like you, for example, like asking me to come speak today and like also give me like a stage to talk about my project. I think is really beautiful. And I don't really see the same level of empowerment amongst like non-women led projects. And I think this is also really our strength, because like every time when there's a tweet somewhere, like someone asking, oh, does anyone know some good projects I have to follow, like there's always a huge list of girls recommending other projects, even if it's like regardless if it's their friends or just projects that they like or that they feel passionate about. And also it doesn't even have to be projects that you are involved in as like a collector or a team member. It's really like everyone supporting everyone, and I think that's really beautiful.
I agree with you completely. I think when the numbers were released last year on how many female led or female buyers in the NFT space were, like that gave women a big push to actually enter and start creating in the space because it was shocking, I'm sure, to all of us. So I agree with you completely on that. And
Yeah,
I'll
right. Because yeah,
continue.
you can kind of see when you look at the projects definitely a few months ago that there were not as many women, but then when you see the numbers, I believe it was like this particular research. It said that it was like 5% female artists, and then I believe 16% female collectors, and like that's crazy, right?
It's so shocking. I definitely believe because after that you could see how the spaces started leading towards women. And when you talk about like women supporting women, we definitely brought in like chatting with each other, promoting each other's projects, sharing a space. I think before it was kind of like if they wanted a partner, it was like a giveaway. But we really brought the compassion, I feel personally.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like it's such a friendly type of communicating, and also everyone is always so like also the other women artists or founders that I met so far. Everyone is so happy to help you and to like support or like in any way they can. Just also make sure that we succeed all together. Like I feel like women in NFTs is really kind of a family instead of like separate projects, because I also feel when, for example, yesterday or the day before, Honey's sold out, and the week before that, for example, Girlies, which I think is the most adorable project, and I feel like happy in like a sister kind of way because I feel, yeah, I just think it's so cool when another woman sells out and like has a huge success, and especially when it's been a while. For example, Honey's, I think they started months and months ago, and like when they finally get the recognition that they deserve, in my opinion, I feel so proud and so happy that I can be a part of it, but also just in general that women are doing so well right now.
I agree completely. It's like a little firework goes off in my heart whenever a female project sells out. I'm like, yes, we
Yeah,
did it.
right.
Moving.
Yeah, I feel the same.
So, we as NFT projects have a role in shaping the future. How do you define success or, shaping a path for others to follow?
um yeah, I think this statement is definitely true because I think yeah, NFTs in general, I think is Web3 is a huge part of the future, like of internet, let's say. And I think it's really cool that we all, everyone that's here right now, we all got in a pretty early stage, which is amazing. And yeah, I think because we are early, we also have the opportunity to make a mark. And I think this whole movement of women in NFTs is a huge thing in that journey. And yeah, I can only be happy to be a small part of this. And I also hope that I, or like us in general, like that we can inspire other people that may be doing something also completely unrelated like me, that you can see in this space that you don't have to like go to art school or have your work in some kind of exhibition somewhere. Like you can do it on your own if you feel passionate about it. You can create your own stage, and yeah, you, by being passionate and make quality art that you love and that other people will also appreciate, and just being kind also to the rest of the community, because yeah, and no project exists, I think, without a community. So you can really get a long way, and I think that's also a really cool part about this NFT space, that everyone can be pretty much an independent artist, whether it's um, like visuals like me, but also I saw some really cool music NFTs that also, like, it's also people that all of a sudden don't need a label or platform like Spotify or whatever to be heard or seen. And I think that's so cool, and that's a huge difference, right, from anything that existed before.
Yes, I think, yeah, Web3 provides like much information that I think in this next year you'll see so many self-taught artists, creatives, builders in this space and everywhere else because take out the middleman. You don't have to rely on anyone and you can create and do everything yourself now. And once you create that community around something you created from the ground up, you like can bring on more of a team and it's incredible to see.
Yeah, it's amazing, and I think already like in Web 2, of course, like there's YouTube where you can also show what you have to offer, or there's Instagram or like other types of social media. But this is so different because like you can have the whole, like there's in NFTs there's not really a different way to do it. Like there's not, you can do it on yourself, or you can like be in like the big companies and have an advantage, kind of like everyone is just making their mark on their own and just choosing the people that they want to be involved in this. And I think that's so cool, and it gives so many people opportunities that they would otherwise never have had. Like I stopped my previous illustration like freelance kind of side hustle because I was too busy and it took too much time. And also, I was thinking about it today because I was talking about it with one of the members on Discord, and it was about like going into like art full time, whether or not it's a good idea. And this person also was told when he wanted to pursue art, like, oh no, that's maybe not a good idea because you might as it's better to like go to school and learn something like a real job. And I think it's crazy because it's kind of the same for me. When I was younger, I was like thinking of maybe doing something in art or music, because I also do some songwriting and also fashion, for example. And everyone told me like, yeah, no, better go to like medical school or be a lawyer. Or in my case, I ended up with neuroscience, which I really love, and I would not like trade it. I guess. Well, maybe I would trade it. Being creative, I think it's it's more me. But yeah, I think this really also show maybe younger girls that are in the same phase as where I was back then, and show them that yeah, you can be really anything you want. And I also, yeah, I hope that this whole movement um yeah, can kind of lead to this, because yeah, I think it's so important to do what you love. I'm sometimes, because I started this project, but I still work 40 hours in a company. Also, again, something completely unrelated. And it's crazy when you think about it, right? You spend 40 hours every week, like for the majority or like the most part of your life. And you might as well do something that you absolutely love because it's so much time. And yeah, I hope that we're going towards a place where everyone can kind of choose for themselves and really have a say in what they want to do. And if they don't like it, like me right now, you can just start something completely different and make it work for yourself.
Yes. On that topic of like people who are new or younger girls who may be entering the space, do you have any recommendations or advice you would like to share with them?
For people also wanting to be to like start a project, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, so first of all, like as I said before, if I would have known before, I would try to have learned a bit more about how the space works other than only the art. So that would be a first tip. But also, on the other hand, I also like that I just kind of jumped into this space because I just loved it, and I thought this is exactly what I like. Like it's art, but it's also the community that is so kind and it feels so close to my heart. So I would also say do some research, but then also just start, because you can like think out your whole project and like make all the art and make all the like make the website and code everything, because it's so much work. Like you can do everything and then start building. But I think it's also fun to do it at the same time. For example, I have not finished all the artwork yet because I wanted to also include um, the community in the artwork. So, for example, right now we are having a contest on Discord where everyone can send in their own ideas for new trades, and then every day the community picks the one they want to see in the collection, and then I can include this. So I think it is really fun to just start kind of early in the process, and then you can kind of build the project together with everyone who is excited about it, because I think that's half the fun, right? To have a community and like get to know each other and also build together. So I would say anyone who is interested, you have pretty much nothing to lose. Like if the project takes off and becomes like an amazing success, well, then that's great. But if not, you have learned a lot about a super new space and a super new topic that will be pretty much the future, I guess. Web3 in general. And you can also, there's so many people right now who like this same thing, and there's so many discords you can join that are really like, it feels like a group of friends. I don't know if you feel the same, but sometimes I'm just like sitting on the couch with a glass of wine, like talking to the people I met on Discord, and I think that's so cool. So I would say to everyone who is like thinking of maybe starting, like just do it, because there's really there is not really any risk. Like if you don't make it, you have a lot of you have gained a lot of other things.
Of course. I mean, once you start and you have that community, only more doors will open, you know? You're right. You have nothing to lose. So true.
Yeah, and also when you just start, it's kind of, you feel kind of awkward because you start with like an empty Twitter, and you have to like start following people or inviting them to your Discord, and it's like you don't really have anything to offer really at that point. Um, but like in my experience, it's pretty soon that there are a few people that are like, oh, I really love your work, and you can, like, of course you first talk about this, but then you also get to know them on a bit of a more personal level, and I think it's so cool. And of course, like, that grows and grows, but there's always those few people that have been there from the beginning, and like every time there's a few girls that were there on like day one, and every time I see them on Discord or Twitter, I'm like, yeah, that's my girls. And yeah, it's just growing and growing. And I think it's so cool. And like, it's such a, women NFT space is such a friendly and like kind community. And I think, yeah, that's really amazing. And there are so many women interested in this right now. Like, of course, as we said, it's still not equal, but it's really changing. And yeah, there are so many super cool women like all over the world, because that's also a huge benefit of this space, is that when I was doing my illustration work, it was just like usually Dutch people wanting a drawing, and I drew it for them, and then like I didn't really talk to them again. But now we have the opportunity to connect to people all around the world about something that we all love, because yeah, I think everyone who wants to maybe start an NFT project or is really interested in it, yeah, I think most people also like the art. I know that there are some people that are just wanting to make a quick flip, and that's also completely fine. But yeah, the majority of the people I met is really interested, and it's just so cool that you can connect to people like everywhere about something that you all love. So yeah, that's really amazing.
Um, with that, do you have any advice from a mentor in the past, or when you were growing up, you heard something that you hold close to you that helps you to this day?
That's a good question. Yeah, actually, I immediately think about my parents, because they always taught me that I should do something that I love, and like school kind of ruined it for me, because they my mentor at school was like, yeah, no, you should do something that will get you a lot of money. Don't do art, because yeah, that's not gonna be the thing for you. But my parents are both, actually, my dad always wanted to be an actor, and he was kind of the same. He was also taught that um, yeah, it's better to, like, in his case, I think he went to nursing school. Like, that was the better option because it's safer, and like, I feel like creative jobs are always kind of underrated compared to others, which makes zero sense because it is also a career and something serious. So I often think about my dad telling me that I should just always do what makes me happy, and I feel like for a long time I maybe ignored that because, as I said, I did something completely different, and my heart is really in art and music. And actually, I love this question because it also makes me remind that more. But yeah, I think, um, yeah, definitely. Like, I feel like we I said it a few times already, but it's so important to do what you love because, yeah, you have to spend such a big part of your life on work, so you might as well do something amazing.
Yeah, I think people realize that right as they're getting into that workspace or a little after a couple years that you want to do something you love. You're going to be doing this for a while. And it's so nice to hear that you have a supportive father. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool, and like, of course, as you said, you also have to kind of find out for yourself because I I graduated like neuroscience school, I think 2 or 3 years ago now. And first I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be like great, I'm gonna do business, and I'm gonna like make a career. But then now that I'm working, I'm like, yeah, you can have a good job and work 40 hours a week, or you can do something really cool that's maybe not like as widely appreciated in like a financial kind of way. Or I don't know, I just think that priorities should be different, and I always feel like doing what you love should be on priority one.
I agree with that completely. And with that, for those that are looking for ways to hop into your project, would you mind sharing some details?
Yes, of course. Yeah, so as I said before, we have not launched yet, so there's plenty of ways to hop on in a super early stage. So, yeah, at the moment, there is an opportunity on our Discord to enter a contest where you can win whitelist spots and free mints. And also at the end of the week, I will choose one person who will receive a special airdrop, which we have not done before. So it will be the first one, which I think is pretty cool. So that's a way to get a whitelist right now if anyone is interested. But also, um, yeah, I was kind of still learning how to do this kind of stuff because, as I said, I'm still pretty new, and also, yeah, you have to kind of learn as you go because there is no like handbook on how to do NFTs. So I found out also through some feedback from the community that, yeah, it's also really important to really value the people that have been there from the beginning, or the people that are always retweeting your stuff, or like participating or being engaged on Discord or anything like this. One girl even made a like TikTok video about Girl Code Club the other day, which I thought was the coolest thing ever. I sent it to my mom and she cried because she was proud. But yeah, I think I'm also gonna make like a new list of ways to get a whitelist spot because, as I said, like, it's not really about selling the most NFTs. It's mostly about having the best and like closest community. So yeah, I'm working on like some new requirements that you can follow to get on the whitelist. So I hope to have that up on Discord in a few days. And yeah, that way I can like reward the people who are super engaged a bit better because I think like that's only fair. We are all doing this together, and without a community, there's really no projects. Like, I will have 8,000 NFTs myself. That's not really the goal. So yeah, working on some new ways to get whitelisted, or also working on some ways to do some giveaways in collaboration with other projects. But yeah, I think the like whitelist for engaged people in the community should be the main thing. So anyone who might not be in the Discord yet, please join because it's coming soon, and I would love to have you all in the community.
Yeah, I was gonna say if there's any post you'd like to pin to the top, everyone can go check it out and give it a like to boost you in the algorithm.
Ah, yes, I can do that, right? Oh, I'm so bad with like Twitter and everything. Yeah, I have here. I have my website tweet. I think I can put it here. Mm, can you see it now? So that's the
Yeah,
website. I
we
think
can
I
see
also perfect. And I think I also have a link to my Discord. Well, you can also, if you click the tweet I pinned now, you can also go to the bio, and there will be the Discord there if you, yeah, if anyone is interested.
everyone, please go give that post a like or maybe even a retweet because you know that gives boost her in the algorithm. And when you were speaking about your community, having like the girl create a TikTok, like that just shows your character and who you have in your Discord.
Yeah, it's amazing, right? And also some people like the other day, someone included us in us like it's multiple. It's just me included the project in like a Medium article, and I'm always so touched when people like take the time to do something extra just because they like your project. And I think it's so cool because it shows that people really believe in it, and like I believe in it and I love it. And as you as I said before, I'm super passionate, but I think it's really special when people take the time to also like actively support you and um yeah, really help you this way, because like this makes a huge difference. And yeah, I think it's beautiful, and it really feels like a friendship in some way. So I love that.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. I like see so many projects with communities that are strong, and it's so amazing to see. I would like to open the floor to anyone in the audience who would like to come up to ask a question. Please request. We would love to hear from you, and I'm sure she would be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Definitely happy to answer any questions. Yeah.
And if while we wait to see if anyone requests, when you said that there's no like handbook on how to create NFTs, it's like a good and bad thing. That means no project will be like completely the same with the community or how it's built, but it is difficult to onboard, which you know is our job. Which I love that you brought that up.
Yeah, exactly. Like I was actually googling like how to start an NFT project, and then you find, yeah, of course you find stuff, but there's no like step by step um like handbook on how to do it and what will be a success. And I, as you say, it's amazing that everything is different, but it also makes it seem a bit intimidating because you cannot like have a list of steps that you have to do. And yeah, I just hope that also that it will not really hold anyone else back, because I also started with no experience, and also I had no idea on how to code like generative art, the generative art code. But like you just watch some YouTube videos and talk to some people, and like if I can figure it out, anyone can. And also, if anyone is thinking about this and need some help, you can also always DM me because I'm happy to help.
That's awesome to hear. Do you have a question?
Yeah, which blockchain are you guys minting on? I had this question.
Yeah, so we haven't launched yet, but it will be on Ethereum. And I thought about it for a long time because I was thinking maybe Polygon, because like there's a huge difference in gas fees. But then after talking to some other people that are like way more knowledgeable about NFTs, they told me that yeah, at this point it's really a difficult decision, because of course gas fees are low, but then on the other hand, Ethereum, there's so much more people on this. And I notice personally that when I see a blockchain other than Ethereum, because I'm not like so familiar with crypto in general, yeah, I get like a bit more intimidated because I don't know how it works, or if I have to change something or get a different, yeah, if it's a different type of process. So yeah, that's why I, in the end, just for, yeah, people to be familiar, and also for people who are, maybe it will be people's first mint, and there's just, yeah, Ethereum might ring some more bells than others, and I want everyone to be able to do it. I'm working on a section on my website, like on how to mint, because I was also like 2 months ago, I had no idea. I was super confused, and I think, yeah, I just want it to be as easy as possible for everyone, and as, yeah, people to be as familiar as possible. So that's why I in the end chose Ethereum blockchain.
I definitely see where you're coming from. Every other blockchain sometimes could have a block, but it also depends on your community. So I definitely see that. Um, if no one else has any other questions, I think we'll close it out for today. Do you have anything else you'd like to say?
Well, first of all, just thank you so much for inviting me to speak about my project. I also love the Boss Girls, and I've been following you for a while, so that's really cool. And also, thank you everyone for joining. As I said, like, the community makes the whole thing, and if there's no one to talk to, or to be engaged or interested, there's really, like, there's no fun. So thank you all so much, and yeah, I hope that also, if you are thinking of maybe starting your own project, that I inspired you to just start and, like, take a leap of faith and just do it, because for me it's been an amazing journey, and I would hope for everyone to have the same thing.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. I had a lovely time speaking with you. I'd also like to thank all the listeners who have joined us live. We truly appreciate it. We would like to get on a schedule. We'll be hosting these on Fridays at 11 a.m. with a new guest every week. And we'll also be posting the recordings to a YouTube channel called Let's Hear From Her, to promote the NFT community and environment. So subscribe if you don't want to miss an episode. Please join and follow the Boss Girls Girl Code Club. Join our Discord so you can be a part of the community, so we can speak with all of you and have a little family. And that's all from me. Thank you so much, and we'll see you guys next week.
Thank you guys. Have a great night.